Welcome to the SAGU Sports Network. I am Adam Ferguson, joined by my broadcast partner, John Cookman.
Good evening.
John, how are we doing tonight?
Good evening, Sir Ferguson.
We have a double header in store for you here on the SAGU Sports Network between SAGU and Bacone. Before we get into it, we're going to go live courtside to Riker Russell, who's with head coach Tiffany Phillips. Riker, down to you.
Thanks, Adam. Coach, last time you played Bacone, you forced 22 turnovers and contained their leading scorer to 12 points, and that's Cameron Gentry. Will you be using the same defensive scheme tonight?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we had a little bit different lineup when we played them the last time, a little bigger lineup. We kind of dwindled off in our size a little bit, but yeah, we're gonna go man. We're gonna try to front the post. We're gonna try to work defensively on our man principles tonight, and just try to get back to playing some good defense.
Ultimately, what is it going to take to win tonight's game?
Well, I think we need to push the ball in transition. I think we really need to try to get out and run on them just to get some easy stuff and just get some confidence. I think that really helps when we push the ball in transition. Try to get Lexi some easy stuff early. She's really close to breaking the all-time scoring record, and fingers crossed, let's hope she gets that one tonight.
Thank you so much, Coach. Good luck tonight. Back to you, Adam.
Thank you, Riker. Thank you, Coach Phillips. And there you have it, John. This is a matchup that the Lady Lions must win. If you look at the standings, they are sitting in that 8th spot. And as we know, in Eastern Athletic Conference, those top 8 teams make the postseason tournament.
Absolutely, and everything from here on out is a must-win because you kind of have to have the mentality it's one and done. Even though we're still 2 games left in the season, and this is not a conference game, so it doesn't affect the conference side of things. But if you got knotted up and John Brown wins tonight, and if they were to come in here on Saturday and win, then that would be a tricky situation. You have to do some math.
We're going to go live courtside for the opening festivities, including the opening prayer, the national anthem, and then the announcement of the starting lineups. Don't go anywhere. The women's basketball in action first between Bacone and SAGU right here on the SAGU Sports Network.
Contest. And now at this time, I ask everyone to please stand and remove your hats as we honor God in prayer. Then please remain standing and face the flag as we honor our nation with the singing of the national anthem by SAGU student Riker Russell. Heavenly Father, Lord, we thank you for today, for this time here. Lord, I ask that you watch over all the players and officials, protect them from all injury and all harm. Thank you, Lord, for everything you do in our lives. In your name we pray. Amen. And now the starting lineups for the Warriors. At guard, freshman number 14, Lauren Mesquat. At guard, sophomore number 24, Germonte Hester. At guard, freshman number 40, Madison Slinky. And at forward, freshman number 44, Cameron Gentry. Head coach by the Warriors is Juan Davis. And now the starting lineups for your Lady Lions. At guard, junior number 1, Kiara Glenn. At guard, sophomore number 12, Tamara Toro. At forward, junior number 14, Alexis Casher. At guard, senior number 20, Lexi Rich. And at guard, junior number 23, Sydney Metter. And the coach of the Lady Lions is Tiffany Phillips. Assistant coach is Eric Royd. And graduate assistant is Donnie Nichols.
There you have it, the starting lineups for this Lady Warriors team and the hometown SAGU Lady Lions team. That Lady Lions starting five looking awful consistent here for Coach Phillips and Lexi Rich. Bama, Sydney Metter, Tamara DeRoe, and Kiara Glenn trotting out to start for SAGU for Bacone, Lauren Mosquat, Germani Hester, Charlie Bushyhead, Madison Slinky, and Cameron Gentry.
Whoa.
Starting for Bacone, and we are underway as the Lady Lions win the opening tip. And they will try to set up the offense here. As you heard in pregame, Lexi Rich only needs 32 points to break the all-time leading scoring record for the Lady Lions.
Held by none other than Chelsea Jones,
So we expect to
the
see
legendary
She's
women's basketball player here at SAGU.
We expect her to get her shots here in these last couple of games as the season comes to a close. SAGU starts the game with a jump ball that goes in possession of the Lady Warriors. And we heard Coach Phillips mention they will be starting the game out in man defense.
Looks like the Warriors are going to play a little bit of a small ball and slow down the game. Being very patient.
Here is Rich out ahead. She's going to stop, pull up for three. That's no good. Misses wildly. Cash with the rebound. DeRoe with it. Shot clock did not reset. Kara Glenn shoots in and out. Metter with the offensive board. She goes up. She gets fouled. And she will go to the line for two shots.
Hands were not straight up here. She got a little bit of the ball too, but got a lot of arm. Lots of arm.
Lady Lions offensive game plan so far. And this one looks like to just get shots up and crash the offensive boards. 2 offensive rebounds that possession.
Sydney Metter gets her first point and SAGU's first point of the night.
Second free throw is up from Metter, and it is good. Sydney Metter as close to automatic from the free throw line that you can be.
Second leading scorer for your Lady Lions is Sydney Metter. And she's shooting a great clip from the free throw line, 83%.
That is something you love to see as a head coach. Bacone tried to go for three, but it's blocked by Lexi Rich out ahead. DeRoe chases it down. Kiara Glenn chases it down, rather. And she's going to stop mid-range jumper. It's good. Kiara Glenn.
Buckets by Kiara Glenn.
After the block by Lexi Rich shows good hustle does Glenn to chase down the loose ball and takes things into her own hands and hits the mid-range jumper. Puts SAGU up 4-0. Here is Bacone now trying to set up their offense. A couple of sloppy possessions to start this game for the Lady Warriors. They got 6 to shoot, driving to the basket. A travel will be called here against Bacone off Germani Hester. So 3 possessions resulting in 2 turnovers and a block shot for Bacone. So good start to the night defensively for the Lady Lions. Glenn is going to pull up for 3. No good. Rebound brought in by Slinky. They go down low to Gentry, who is their leading scorer. She backs down Metter. And that is a mismatch. If Gentry can get down low in the post and is guarded by Metter, that is a mismatch that we might see Bacone try to take advantage of.
Yeah, and it could put Sydney Metter into foul trouble if she tries to guard that too closely.
There is Metter on the offensive end. The mentioned Lexi Rich, who needs, again, 32 points to break the all-time scoring record here at SAGU. Glenn pulls up for 3. It's blocked by Bushyhead. Up ahead, here comes Bacone. And they go down low to Bushyhead. She gets it to Gentry. Gentry, the left-handed off the glass, is good. And Bacone ties it up at 4 apiece.
Like you said, she can present some problems down there in the paint. And already, Coach
Metter with a quick shot. That's no good.
Something Coach Phillips is going to have to look out for.
A rebound almost brought in by 2 Lady Lions, but it ends up out of bounds. Casher could not track it down. And Bacone will take over here after just tying the game at 4 apiece. Both buckets off the hands of Cameron Gentry. An offensive foul, illegal screen. Gentry looks like they got a little too much of the SAGU defender trying to set a pick.
And that wasn't an illegal pick necessarily. It was what we call in the NFL a rub route. Not nearly set enough to represent an illegal pick. She just moved in front of the defender, and can't do that.
Looks like Bacone is electing to go with a 2-3 zone look on defense as DeRoe is off from 3. We may see the Lady Lions, and we know the Lady Lions, they like to shoot that 3 ball, and they may find some open opportunities here in that type of defense from Bacone. .44 here in the first quarter, 4 minutes gone. Bacone on offense. 3 ball on the way, straightaway 3. That's no good. Rebound brought in. Glenn tips it to Lexi Rich. Rich up ahead, and she's going to slow it down a bit.
That was actually a good-looking shot. A lot of patience leading up to it, and well shot. Just a slight bit off the right of the mark.
Glenn takes a long 2. Good defense there by Metter. She cuts off the pass. It may have taken a shot to the face. Lady Lions here on offense, they get it to Rich. Long pass to Metter. Metter's going to pull up from 3. That's no good. Casher right there for the rebound, up and puts it back in. Bama Casher. Right place, right time, and found an easy bucket.
That's what she does, Adam. That is her calling card. She had these business cards made up and distributed them all over campus. Says, I get rebounds.
Try to go down low to Gentry. It's cut off and stolen by Metter. DeRoe up ahead. You see the speed. Long pass to Rich. Swings it to Glenn. Glenn's going to take a corner 3. That's no good. DeRoe at the offensive board. Tries to go back up with it. Gets blocked by Gentry. And here comes Bacone up ahead. 6-4 lead for the Lady Lions. 3 ball on the way. That's no good. Rebound brought in and misses the open layup, but back in by Gentry.
Gentry.
She's not going to miss.
She's doing a lot of business tonight.
She's got all 6 points here for the Lady Warriors. We got a timeout here by Coach Phillips as Bacone has just tied it up at 6 apiece. John, this has kind of been an offensive struggle here so far in this first quarter.
Yeah, well, a lot of loose shots. 3 balls not falling right now for the Lady Lions. But I'm sure it will Not a ton of pressure going on, and I think Coach Phillips is maybe got her hands on the reins just a little bit. And coming down to the end of the season, they need to secure a couple good wins, but you also you got to know how to play the battle and to win the big war. And still a lot of strategy to at least secure that 8th place bid to get in the postseason tournament. And I don't think she's willing to sacrifice a lot of players against an 0-22 team.
We do see our first substitution of the game for both sides. Checking in for the Lady Lions is going to be Lauren Baker, and checking in for Bacone is Andy Ellis. As off the miss, Bacone just tied up the game 6 apiece. They come down on offense, led by Lauren Masquat. They go down low, left-handed layup, no good. Can she get her own rebound? She cannot. It's tipped out of bounds by Baker. And Bacone will retain possession. They went down low on the smaller Baker, Slinky.
That was actually a great-looking shot there, just didn't go in. Bacone's doing a lot of good things very well. And going to the line, that's going to be what we talked about a little bit earlier, where Gentry the bigger Gentry on Sydney Metter. That's going to be a task for Sydney Metter to keep her off the glass and having those easy paint shots. And there you see the result of that when you step up and play some hard-nosed defense. You risk a foul.
And Gentry hits the first free throw. You definitely don't want your second leading scorer, your second best offensive weapon, in foul trouble in Sydney Metter. 1 of 2 from the line that time by Gentry. So all in all, maybe a good foul there by Metter, as they only come away with 1 point. Cross-court pass, Baker from the corner for 3. That's no good. A little strong. Big board there by Gentry. Goes over 2 Lady Lions as Jane Carr checks into the game for the first time. SAGU going a little bit of small ball here as they take Alexis Kasher out of the game. 3 ball on the way. That's no good. Rebound brought in by DeRoe. This is where we saw Coach Phillips.
Yeah, this is where you see the small ball excel. It's going to be interesting. They're going to call it a block.
It looked like she got there.
She was there. Was she set? Oh, yeah, I see. She dropped her hands, took a side step to the left. She was there plenty of time. She was just trying to measure it up. And the quicker DeRoe got the best of it.
DeRoe hits the first of 2 free throws coming her way. And as we heard in the pregame, that is what Coach Phillips wants to do. She wants to get out and run in transition. She thinks that they can use that to their advantage. DeRoe goes 1 of 2 from the free throw line.
And that is rare miss for DeRoe. She comes in shooting 80% tonight.
The Lady Lions,
free throw
a very good free throw shooting team.
I can tell you exactly, as a team, they're 78%. That is strong.
8 to shoot here for the Lady Warriors. Layup off the glass, no good. Rebound by Metter. Gets it to DeRoe up ahead. She leaves it for Rich. We might see her pull up from 3. We will see her pull up from 3. That one's no good. Rebound brought in by Masquat. Now up ahead, the Lady Lions struggling on offense here to start. Just 7 points here in the first quarter. Long 3. That one's no good. DeRoe with the rebound. Now she's up ahead. Leaves it for Metter. Metter drives. Good move. Carr with the rebound. Gets it to Rich. Good pass. Here's DeRoe. She's going to line up a 3. That is good. Tamara DeRoe hits the first 3 of the night for the Lady Lions. And it's about time one of these fell.
It's quite a few taken without a make. And no surprise that DeRoe could break the ice there. She comes in tonight shooting 31% from the three-point line.
3 ball that time in and out by Bacone. That one off the hands of Masquat. DeRoe kicks it to the corner. Jane Carr for 3. That is good. Jane Carr lines up a corner 3 and she hits. And SAGU now out to a 6-point lead, 13-7.
That was beautiful. That was a catch and shoot, just beautiful in rhythm. And if you could see that in the rotation on the ball, watch this rotation. Very nice, fundamentally and mechanically strong.
So timeout here by head coach Juan Davis for Bacone.
Good timeout by Coach Davis.
Really the first offensive push that we've seen from either team, and he decides to try to get it under control. Like you said, with a good timeout, quick 30-second timeout. Little Jackson 5 in the gym, you hear that?
I like it.
Bacone with possession, minute and a half left to go here in the first quarter. 13-7 Lady Lions lead. They go down low to Gentry. She gets double teamed, left-handed layup up and in. She's just so good in the post.
She's so good in the post. Wow.
And that's why
left-handed.
She is a lefty.
Oh, okay.
She is a lefty, but that's
I guess I missed that part because it looked like she took it with the right.
Baker for three three-pointers in a row here for the Lady Lions.
Well, that's one way to get that lopsided percentage up for the first quarter back intact.
16-9 here for the Lady Lions now, as they seem to have found their rhythm on offense. Thought about pulling up from the free throw line, but they kick it back out. 10 to shoot here for the Lady Warriors. They elect to reset, try to get something going here. 3-ball on the way. That is good. First three-point shot of the night by Olivia Nelson, as she pulls Bacone within 4. Baker, she drives, gets it stripped. It's a big turnover here for Bacone as the shot clock is unplugged. So we can see what they do here on offense. If they go quick, and they do. Offensive board up off the glass is good. Madison Slinky. And she pulls them within 2. Lady Lions get a chance here at a last shot to end the first quarter. Rich pulls up long 2. That is good. Lexi Rich with her first bucket of the night. And that is going to do it for quarter number 1. The Lady Lions find their stroke from the three-point land.
After struggling in the first 3 quarters of the first quarter, if that makes any sense for you math professionals out there, the first 75% of the first quarter.
There we go.
How about that? And so our stats are coming back to us now. It looks like for the first quarter, Bacone shot 1 for 7 from the three-point line. So that puts them at a 14% shooting clip from long distance. And SAGU was in an 0 for category for quite a while. Then they made 3 straight. That made them 3 for 12. And that brings that to a 25% even shooting ratio. Not that good, but just a couple more if they can put some early long distance buckets in the second quarter, then you'll be up to about par for what they shoot on the year.
And you can feel it turning around too after they hit 3 in a row off the hands of Carr, Baker, and Duro. You can feel that needle kind of tilting the opposite direction as SAGU looks to figure it out here on offense.
Well, some good things we saw from Bacone was that they can really have their way in the paint. Gentry is showing that she is a force to be reckoned with in the paint. And while their three-point or long-distance shooting is not that great as so far, getting to the basket, so slashing, dribble driving, that kind of penetration, they've done well. They've just missed some very close shots. And if they could convert some of those, they're going to make a good ball game out of it.
And they've actually done a pretty decent job on the offensive boards. We've seen them give up a couple of offensive rebounds, but to their own credit, they've actually done pretty good on the offensive side of getting some second chance opportunities. Here's Lexi Rich. She's going to line up a corner 3. That's no good. Rebound brought in by Gentry. And then almost stolen away by Lexi Rich.
Well, she definitely got her hand on it and just kind of bounced off her foot. She's been looking for that. I've watched her.
Sydney Metter, good defense in the post.
Through several possessions, and she's gambling on defense.
Kasher goes up off the feed from Rich.
Left-handed.
Kasher with 4 points. Not something we see her do a ton of is scoring, but she's 2 for 2 from the field to start the game with 4 points.
Well, usually what you see her score on is what she makes for herself.
Good defense there by the Lady Lions. 5 seconds, or 5-second violation rather, against Bacone. Just could not find anybody open.
It's good defense by Kasher. She never stepped back, which didn't release the time, so the ref kept counting, and that was a 5-second call.
Baker leads it for Rich. Metter with it. Oh, pass gets away, but a foul is called. That's going to be against Madison Slinky. She's going to get called for a foul on the pass. And she got her on the arm. That's why the pass was errant.
Grab the arm.
SAGU retains possession. Down low to Kasher. She steps in. She gets fouled. She's going to go to the line here for 2 shots.
That was a great move. A little drop step underneath. Watch this. It's not actually very easy to do. But she made her well. I should say not easy to do without traveling. She did good holding her pivot foot there. She was fortunate that she got bumped and the referee called it. But kind of a tough move.
Kasher hits her first free throw, second one. That one rattles around, no good. Rebound brought in by Gentry, who just picked up her second foul. So 2 fouls for the leading scorer here for the Lady Warriors. She remains in the game here in the second quarter. She may come out. There is a substitution waiting for Bacone. We'll see what they elect to do.
That was good help by Baker on defense. She didn't let the defender go. There was a screen that happened.
Long pass, Baker hits the layup. Lauren Baker takes the pass from Rich. And we see what Coach Phillips wanted to do, take advantage in that fast break transition offense. SAGU up 9, 23-14. I couldn't tell.
Shot or a pass?
It looked like it might have been a pass down low to Gentry.
I think it was a pass, but she kind of did it as a shot.
Glenn pulls up mid-range jumper. Kasher with another offensive board. She gets fouled. She's going to go to the line here again for 2 shots.
And that's what we're talking about right there, is this play right here. That is what Kasher does for a living, offensive rebounds. And when she scores, most of her scores, I say 70% of her scoring comes off of some type of offensive rebound.
First free throw is good. Kasher now 2 of 3 on the evening from the free throw line. Looking to make it 3 of 4, and she does. Alexis Kasher gets her 7th point. The leading scorer right now here for the Lady Lions is Alexis Kasher. That's not something we've said all season. So good offensive output by a player we're not used to seeing it from, but are you surprised, really, with how she gets her points?
Well, if she gets a lot of rebounds, she's going to get a lot of points.
She's right there for a second chance opportunity.
And she's going to the line and making good with it. So there's that.
Driving rebound, Kasher.
Again, she got away with a travel, but that's okay.
Long pass ahead, Glenn.
It was a great rebound.
Gets it to Kasher. Kasher scoop layup up and in. Not just a second chance opportunity score. That was a nice looking layup.
There you go, and that's her second bucket off of just making sure you keep moving, keep active away from the ball. And the more she does that, the more she will find herself open and available to get a pass.
Metter, good defense. And then they put it up. Baker off the floor is able to bring it in. Baker gets it to Glenn. They slow it down. 27-14 lead here for the Lady Lions as they have picked it up on the offensive end after a slow start. Rich. Long pass to Metter. 10 to shoot here for SAGU. Baker, she's going to line up a 3. That's no good. Rebound brought in by Masquat. Now she brings it up ahead. So the 3-point shooting still a little bit of a struggle here for the Lady Lions after hitting 3 in a row in the first quarter. They go down low, backs in, layup no good. Rebound tipped by Metter to Glenn. That was Nelson trying to back down a defender in the post. Here's Baker. She's going to line up a corner three. Lauren Baker, she hits her second three of the game. 30-14 lead here now for the Lady Lions, as they have definitely found their rhythm on offense and have blown this lead wide open. 16-point lead here for SAGU.
Lauren Baker comes in just shooting 23% from the three-point line. So trying to inch that to average up.
Bacone looks to answer back, and they do, off the hands of Madison Slinky.
And that is the first bucket of the second quarter for Bacone.
Lexi Rich brings it up. They slow it down a little bit here on offense. Kiera Glenn for three. That is good, and she hits. And the Lady Lions have found their stroke from three-point land as we are halfway through the second quarter, and they are up big, 33-17.
And that did not take long to heat up from all those misses. So they've forgotten about the negative and created some positive.
Good pass down low. Nelson with it. She kicks it back out, driving, fouled. It looks like she will go to the line here for two. That is Germani Hester.
It's going to be on Casher, I do believe. Casher's going to take a little break on the bench, as well as Lauren Baker.
Jane Carr and Tamara DeRoe checking back in for the Lady Lions. Hester's first free throw on the way is good. Germani Hester, the sophomore guard from Clinton, Oklahoma. Most of this Bacone team is made up of Oklahoma residents here on this team. That definitely some backyard talent here for Bacone, hailing from Oklahoma. Hester hits both free throws, making it 33-19 as Bacone tries to keep this one close, as SAGU has found their rhythm on offense. Good defense there to break up that pass. Alicia McAllister getting her first minutes of the game, as well as Danielle Smiley. Metter with a nice move down there in the post, hits the left-handed floater. .15 to shoot here for Bacone. They go down low. Hester off the glass, no good. Carr with a good rebound, leads it for DeRoe. Brings it all the way up. Goes down low to Metter. Metter, the quick hitter, is good. Metter with two quick baskets. Pushing the lead, 37-19, 18-point lead here for SAGU. Biggest of the game for the Lady Lions. Hester gets fouled by DeRoe. Pestering defense down low by DeRoe. But Hester just did a good job bringing her arms through and drawing the foul. You get a good look at it here.
She gets her hand on the ball as well, but maybe just a little too much skin.
So Hester already 2 for 2 from the line on the evening. Gets two more shots here and misses the first one short. You can say good foul there by DeRoe, not giving up an easy basket. Second free throw on the way. That one is good by Hester. 37-20 lead now here for the Lady Lions. DeRoe leaves it for Rich. Rich looks to get going. She feeds it to Glenn. Glenn for three. Kiera Glenn puts SAGU up 20. They've doubled up the Lady Warriors 40-20 here in the second quarter. Safe to say they've overcome those offensive struggles we saw them with in the first quarter.
I think it's plenty safe to say that, and I think it's something we knew would happen.
Nelson tries to go off glass. She cannot hit. Duro with the rebound. She's out ahead. Look at the speed. Duro driving, gets it poked away, and it will stay here with the Lady Lions. Pretty good recovery defense there by Walisha McAllister.
Yeah, she was a speed demon herself. And we know how fast Duro is. She actually caught her.
Metter hits off the glass, so she's got 6 points here in the second quarter, and a timeout by Coach Davis. He took a full timeout. He is not pleased with how his Lady Warriors have been playing, at least on the defensive end.
Well, in contrast to that, on the offensive end, the fact of the case is they're just not getting any shots to fall. They started with 14 in the quarter, and they are still just at 20. So only 6 points with just a couple minutes left in the second quarter. So that's not a good scoring quarter. And they did a much better job scoring in the first quarter. And I haven't seen them really try to go down to Gentry as much in the paint.
She got in foul trouble. She hasn't been in the game much. She
Yeah,
got two quick fouls there in the second quarter. You got to try to get her back in the game.
Yeah, you got to just kind of grin and bear it and tell her to be careful. But you got to score to win. Now, defense is very important. not trying to create a disparaging remark against defense. Not at all. But to win, you have to score. You have to score more points than the other team. So if you don't score at all, well, you're going to be in the shape that you're in right now.
Absolutely. There you see the live action around the Student Athletic Conference tonight. We'll be sure to provide you updates with how those games progress as we go along tonight. Both men's and women's basketball in action tonight across the Sooner. So keep an eye out for all of the score updates as we can get them for you. Back in action here in the Schaefer Center. Good defense. Lexi Rich with her second block of the game. Gets it up the head to Metter. Metter down low to Glenn. Glenn, mid-range jumper. That's no good. Carr tips it, brings it back to herself, kicks it back out to Glenn. She's going to line up a three. That's no good. Rebound brought in, and a foul is going to go against Duro.
And Duro just not playing heads up there. She took a swing at it, as you see. Hand comes all the way, arm comes all the way down. Didn't need to do that. And she's got her second foul.
She's going to sit.
And a seat on the bench with some popcorn. Because that'll be all she wrote for the second quarter.
Oh, nice. Good pass down low, off glass. Can't hit, but a foul is called. This one going to go against Jane Carr.
Let's see what happens here. It's a great entry pass. Carr just trying to create some help defense and comes in and grabs the arm.
Olivia Nelson to the line here for 2 shots. And she hits the first as it rattles around and falls. Second free throw from Nelson on the way is up, and it is good. She goes 2 of 2 from the line.
So that's 8 points in the second quarter. And check this out, Adam. 5 of those 8 points came from the free throw line.
Lexi Rich looking to get going on offense. Only 2 points tonight for the SAGU senior. Matter thought about a three. She's going to drive. Gets cut off. And that will be a foul. That one's going to be on Danielle Smiley.
No smiles there from Smiley. But she played good defense. She stayed in front. Just a little too much contact created there.
Inbounds pass finds Kasher. Here's Rich. Baker, she's going to take a straightaway three. That's good. Lauren Baker with her third three of the game. She's got 11 points. She has taken over for Kasher as the leading scorer on the evening for the Lady Lions. Minute and a half left to go. Kiara Glenn, good defense, comes away with the steal. Up ahead, she's going to get it to Baker. Baker, layup, up and in. Lauren Baker with 13 points. Takes the feed from Kiara Glenn off her own steal and converts in transition. Huge lead now here for SAGU. 47-22, 25-point lead for the Lady Lions. And we do see Cameron Gentry back at the scorer's table looking to check back into the game. That jumper no good off the hands of Nelson. Under a minute to play here in the second quarter. Long pass to Carr, and Carr cannot bring it in. Almost takes out our camera there in the corner. That's going to be a turnover for the Lady Lions. They look to try to set up Carr for that corner three that she likes so much. Just a little bit too much on that pass from Rich. Bacone looking to try to fix these offensive woes that they have come across here in the second quarter as they trail 25. Turnover, Lauren Baker with the steal. She's up ahead. The speed, Lauren Baker stops, takes a mid-range shot. That's no good. Kasher with the rebound. Keeps it. And a buzzer, inadvertent buzzer, I think. Not sure what happened there. A traveling violation on Kasher. I think they called it early, but didn't hear the whistle. That's why the buzzer went off.
Well, that's interesting because Kasher had the ball. She takes it. Watch. Keeps going. Still has it. And she gives it up. No call. No call.
Weird. The buzzer went off, and I think that caused her to stop her play. But SAGU gets a steal. Lexi Rich up ahead to Baker. Baker's layup is no good. Misses the layup to end the half. And that will do it for the second quarter and the first half. The Lady Lions up big, 47-22. They held Bacone to just 8 points there in that second quarter. Dominating defense along with really good offense.
Well, 29 points worth of good offense in the second quarter. So that's a difference maker right there. And that's what I think we were expecting in the first quarter. They just waited till the second quarter to put on the scoring expedition.
So that will do it for our first half. Don't go anywhere. We will be back with the second half of action as well as score updates throughout the Sooner Athletic Conference. Half number 2 between Bacone and SAGU coming your way right here on the SAGU Sports Network.
In the recruiting process, we went to a lot of NCAA, D1, D2, D1 AA, FCS, FBS, just all of them. And it's quite a process. And what we like about the NAIA is that's what they're focusing on, is the student athlete and their character and their future, and it's about them.
Leadership is influence, and there are those who are going to be gifted at it, that God's given them that gift and in that role, and so it's very important that they know how to lead according to the leading of the Spirit.
You may sense a gifting from God to leadership within the church or wherever, the marketplace, but still it would be a good thing for you to receive academic training in that.
The MOL is all about that. It's about helping people discover their giftedness, have a sense of purpose and mission.
It's a 12-course, 36-hour degree concerning organizational leadership.
I do some work as a consultant for the Texas Police Chiefs Association, and I run a leadership academy for them. But I didn't have the credentials other than self-study.
It meets the need for those who are leading ministries or churches.
There's people in there who aren't pastors, who are business people, who are in all kinds of education fields and law. We've had lawyers, we've had military people.
From school teachers to administrators to pastors, associate pastors, leaders of nonprofits, leaders of for-profits. With digital efficiency.
Professors were phenomenal. The way they lay out the course, the way they create safety in that room for you to be who you really are. That's what's important. Leaders need to be authentic. They taught us how to be compassionate, how to be vulnerable, how to be transparent.
But we recognize that there are people on the field
who may not be professors, but they've got something to say. So we have two different kind of MOL programs. We have that it can be totally online, or we have what we call an executive MOL, where we bring in a practitioner.
Learn how to manage people from your heart, not just from your head.
And for 3 days, they have an opportunity to hear the passion, the heartbeat of an energized leader. They have an opportunity to rub shoulders with and hear from someone who is doing it from the field.
When I came on campus, it was like a retreat to me. It was refreshing. It was to sit in that room with other practitioners, and we're talking God the entire time. Talking leadership and we're talking God.
Some people go, are you a born leader or are you not a born leader? Well, I think there's some people who have giftings that they have a gift like that, but everyone should be able to grow in it. And so you may be not so good, you can become good. And there's others that are gifted, but all of us need to grow and be able to influence for good.
Honey, have you applied to that school yet?
Not really into purple.
SAGU. Never say no to a lion.
I go back to J.C. Watt's definition of character that he was taught by his grandmother when he was a little boy. He said, character is doing the right thing when nobody's looking.
We felt the best way to change human behavior was not necessarily to always be on people's backs, but rather it was to catch them doing something right and to reinforce it.
What we're looking for as students in the church leadership program and any of our vocational ministry programs is somebody who has a passion for Christ, a passion for people, somebody who has an element of seriousness, but they'll be transparent and be people of integrity.
I'm looking for students that are going to invest their lives in the life of a student that says, I know how tough adolescence can be.
This degree is tailor-made for that unique life, trying to help individuals really learn all that goes into the unique realities of church leadership.
What we've done is make this degree a great combination. They're able to pick and choose various ministry classes and really get a wide range, a well-rounded view of church life. It's like build your own degree if you feel the desire or the calling.
We're equipping students that if in 10 years they say, well, God's moving me out of youth ministry, out of children's ministry, well, they can become some other type of associate. They can go into pastoral ministry.
We're increasing the internship component that goes alongside this degree. And so, this gives a good potential. A student can be plugged into a single church for 3 semesters. They could be plugged into 3 different churches.
If it's children and family classes, then, for example, there's one called Creative Methods, ballooning, juggling, clowning, all of those kinds of things that we're going to cover. We also have a course called Issues in Childhood and Family Life. How do we do care for people who've gone through abuse and neglect and divorce and all the tough things that come in life, especially in the lives of kids?
I discovered that along with other things that I had been doing.
And in pastoral leadership, they're going to get courses such as ministerial ethics. They're going to get courses like pastoral leadership itself, but then they'll also pick up things like hermeneutics and systematic theology to go along with preaching courses and pastoral counseling courses.
They're going to be learning, some of the practices of ministry, certainly, how to communicate, how to lead a service, how to, develop ministry, but they're also going to learn a lot about dealing with people, things like how to help a church turn around one that's been struggling, or how to plant a new ministry.
Whenever I talk to freshmen, I say, don't think that you're purchasing a 4-year degree. I said, you're investing in a lifelong relationship. Ministry can be a very lonely place, and our role is that they know they always have a friend at Southwestern.
Ministry is not necessarily the easiest thing they'll get into, but it's something that they commit themselves to, not because of it's a profession, but because it's a passion in their heart.
Jesus gave us a lot of indications of that, showing us that in his kingdom, leadership will operate differently than it does in the world around us. The sense of servant leadership, working with individuals who maybe at times are in deep distress, trauma, great need. So degrees in church leadership are there to help address that.
I try to think of, how a kid will view me on the court, and what I want them to see, and in my mind, is someone who has a ton of fun doing it, who does what's right and does his best every time he steps on the floor.
Where online makes really good sense is when you're kind of not the typical, I just graduated from high school and I want to have a college experience.
I chose distance education because I was busy. I knew that our lives were kind of all over the place, everything that we were doing, and I wanted something that was flexible.
My degree at SAGU allowed me to still be a mom and an educator and get my degree online. I was able to tuck my kids into bed and get everything that I needed to get done, and while laundry was going, I was studying.
If you have any questions, certainly give me a call, shoot me an email, and I'll be glad to help any way I can.
We have an asynchronous program, so videos are going, students are accessing the course on their own schedule, which is a convenience of online education. So the online provides the way to get the academic credit that you need to advance your career path, advance your learning and your skills.
Well, a lot of what we were doing with our resident assistants was preparing them to teach their halls. And then of course I'd have the opportunity to teach as well. So I was training, but then I was also teaching the whole dorm. And so I found that a lot of the tools that I was getting from my classes was really helping me to prepare my RAs and to prepare myself to minister to our students.
My master's degree in education at SAGU allowed me to have a bigger influence on more than just students, but also educators. With the door that this degree opened, I was able to take this position that really didn't exist before I graduated, and I was able to move into that.
In SAGU's philosophy, we want to connect students with a faculty member that is curating the content, and they are providing the content we feel is important for that particular course the way that it is presented in SAGU's distinctive.
I loved the way that they would give you quality feedback. It's not just a grade, but I want to know what you think about my work.
My professor was fabulous, just was always there for me that entire semester, and I was able to graduate exactly when I expected to.
The fact is, there is no back row in an online classroom. You can't get in the back of the class. You're either online and engaged or you're not doing the work.
The number one thing is their passion for students. The customer service here, they're going to help you get across that finish line and do everything they can do to help you get there. This is a place where if you've already in your career, you know what you want to do, and you just need that extra skill set, you need that help to prepare you to be more successful, this is a very practical place to get your degree.
Tired of being passed over for that?
Welcome back to the SAGU Sports Network as we get ready for the second half of action here between the Lady Warriors and the Lady Lions. We're going to take a look at the first half stats and tell you the story about why SAGU has been able to build that 25-point lead. And you really just see it. They are dominating in every facet of the game. Field goal percentage, three-point percentage, they seem to have figured it out as a team here in the second quarter, as well as turnovers. 10 turnovers for Bacone in the first half is not really ever something you want to see as a team. And then SAGU has really made taken advantage of their depth on their bench, outscoring Bacone's bench 16-5. Really took over and dominated that second quarter and ran with it and built that 25-point lead. Bacone will have possession here to start the second half and see if they can try to cut into this lead. John, you got to be thrilled if you're Coach Phillips with the performance there in the first half by the Lady Lions.
Yeah, well, the second quarter specifically, and a little bit of a slow start in the first quarter, but they started to catch up towards the end of the first quarter, and then they just carried it and magnified it in the second quarter and did not stop.
Bacone here on offense, they get it down low to Gentry. She kicks it back out. Off the glass, that one's no good. Off the front of the rim, rather. Giroux with the rebound, she's up ahead. She leaves it for Rich. Rich is gonna stop and pull up a three. That's no good, off the top of the backboard, and that will be out of bounds. Bacone ball. John, you see a lot of people talk about that out of bounds call. Do you agree with it being out of bounds if it's just off the top of the backboard? Rather than the wire or anything up there, if it just goes off the top of the backboard, out of bounds call. You a fan of that?
Well, I played in the era where it was not. So it could bounce all the way around, bounce behind it. It was still in play. It's got to go out of bounds. So I'm a fan of the way it was when I played. So well, I guess there's some bias there.
How many times did you have it hit off the side of the backboard, off the top of the backboard? I could say probably not often.
Okay, well, the rules changed over the years a couple times, actually. But back in our day, if you're standing in the corner, you actually could shoot over. So if you're a right-handed player and you're in the right corner, you're going to have to shoot over the corner of the backboard to get it to go in. Well, that tells you that the backboard's not out of bounds if you could do that. Then they changed it. They actually made it, if it came over the back of the backboard, it was out of bounds. They changed it. Now if it just touches the if it touches the flat part of the top of the backboard, it's out of bounds. So I disagree with that, just based on the logic of it. That should be a charge.
Ball goes out of bounds regardless. I don't know if they're going to call it a foul.
It
should have been.
Well, he gave the charge call. Maybe
I think he just pointed as
I got
out
it.
of bounds.
That it will go. Yep. Good no call.
Neither team has scored so far here in the third quarter. Still 47-22 in favor of the Lady Lions. Look like they're going to slow things down a little bit here on offense with a big lead. 7 to shoot here for SAGU. Durow is going to take a mid-range jumper. That's good. Tamara Durow for 2. Again, Bacone struggled in that second quarter. 8 points total by the Lady Warriors. And John, you mentioned it. 5 of those 8 points came from the free throw line. So not exactly efficient offense. They line up an open 3. That one is no good. In and out. Rebound by Gentry, but tipped to Durow. She gets it up ahead. And Lexi Rich is going to get fouled as she tried to move out in transition. Durow gets it poked away.
She's got to be careful. Yep. She's going to want to get that back. Don't want to commit the foul.
Oh, good cut to the basket. Good pass. It gets knocked out of bounds by Metter. A good feed there from Bushyhead. She got it down low to Hester, who kind of caught Glenn sleeping there on defense.
That was a great pass. And everybody was sleeping, actually.
Looked like it might have gone off the knee of Hester, but it will stay here with Bacone. They're going to line up a 3. That is no good. Air ball off the hands of Madison Slinky. And it will be SAGU ball. Offensive foul. This one's going to go against Kiara Glenn. I think maybe what you like to call the rub route. Might have caught her on one of those.
And
it's hard to tell there.
I was looking. Yeah, we definitely didn't have the camera shot there. But, I was looking on this half of the court, that being away from the ball, far away from the ball.
They try to go down low to Gentry. It's knocked away by Metter. She's done a pretty good job down in the post, fronting the leading scorer. Durow in transition is good. Metter has done a good job so far tonight, fronting Cameron Gentry and not allowing those entry passes to get down to her.
Yep.
And has done a really good job just kind of swatting away, kind of like a defensive back. He's done that 4 or 5 times tonight.
Bacone being patient.
Thought about going down low, but Metter had good position. 6 to shoot here for Lady Warriors. Gentry down low, a collision, and it looks like Metter might have gotten her ankle stepped on. The ball goes out of bounds. It will be Lady Lions' ball, but slow to get up, and this is concerning if you're the Lady Lions.
Let's see. Ooh.
She caught a knee or a shin to the ankle. Yep. She's going to run it off, though. Looks like she's okay. 51-22. SAGU leads now. 29-point lead for the Lady Lions. They go down low to Carr. Good pass from Metter. Tries to hit the fadeaway mid-range. No good. Rebound brought in by Slinky.
That was hit by Gentry in the paint to keep it or keep it alive. But Carr did the right thing and followed her jump shot and was in position to get the rebound. Gentry just got her hand on it.
Mass squat. They go down low to Gentry. He kicks it back out. Lady Lions trying to draw a charge. 3 ball is good. Madison Slinky hits from 3.
That was a good no call by the ref there. Although Kiara, she fell over. It was a little bit of a flop.
She almost fell almost in slow motion. Glenn's going to pull up for 3. That's no good. She caught contact. It's like not quite enough, but she committed to it. You got to give her props. She committed to the charge.
She didn't let it go.
Off the missed 3, here comes Bacone.
That may make the gag highlight reel at the end of the
Oh, good move. Can she hit? She cannot. Gentry gets the offensive board as Metter hits the floor again.
Gentry's so good there in the paint with the catch and shoot. Very accurate. Lots of confidence in her shot and ability. down there in the paint.
Duro with a quick pull-up jumper. That's no good. Oh, good defense by Carr. Gets a steal. Can't convert off the turnover. A good sequence there by Jane Carr. Just could not hit the shot on the other end. .15 shoot here for Bacone. Esquat looking to get it to Gentry. They do get down low. She kicks it back out to Hester. Corner three, no good. Misses everything. Metter with the rebound. Up ahead, long pass to Glenn. She's going to take a long two. Kiara Glenn hits for two and a timeout.
From 17 feet, 3 inches.
Oh, no, they're not going to call timeout, just a sub. Maybe an inadvertent whistle, but they wanted to get subs in, did Coach Phillips. She takes Metter and Glenn out of the game and replaces them with Kasher and Lauren Baker. Under 4 minutes left to play here in the third quarter. SAGU continues to dominate on offense and defense. Turnaround jumper, no good. Out of bounds, it's going to stay with Bacone. Pretty good move there by Hester. The turnaround jumper just could not hit too strong off the back of the iron, but gets tipped out of bounds. So Bacone's got a fresh 20. Oh, good pass, Gentry down low. She misses, but gets fouled in the process and will go to the line here for 2 shots. And I think they're going to get Duro. They will for another foul.
Yeah.
That is her third.
I think I would agree with Duro on that one. What did I do, Mr. Ref? What did I do? I was just there.
Gentry misses the first of 2 free throws. Second one on the way is good. Cameron Gentry, the leading scorer for the Lady Warriors, freshman from Broken Bow, Oklahoma. 53-28. Jane Carr lines up a 3. That's no good. Out of bounds off the top of the backboard. I thought, from our angle, I thought maybe it had a chance to come back down and go in.
But it would have been out of bounds.
It would have been out of bounds regardless. Still pretty cool, but it would have been out of bounds regardless. Just off the top of that backboard. And here comes Bacone. They're trying to get it down low to Gentry. They bring it back out to the top of the key for Gentry. She tries to find some room down low. Is guarded by Carr. They do try to go down low. Broken up by Kasher. Good job. Kept her footing and was able to get the ball inbounds to Carr. Baker drives off the glass. No good.
Great
rebound
move by Baker. She just got to soften it up a little bit. She'll learn that touch the more she plays. That was a great move by Baker.
Going to get Kasher on a foul.
Just her second foul of the evening.
SAGU still holding on to a 25-point lead, 53-28. They go down low to Gentry. Broken up by Carr. Gentry pumps, turns around, and travel.
Ooh, and she made
Cameron
it, though.
Gentry. She did make it. You said she tried to do a drop step like we saw Kasher do earlier. And you say it's a tough thing to do without traveling.
She picked up the right foot, which she had established as her pivot foot. And but that was a good move.
It's a tough thing to do without traveling.
Yep, especially when you get
Yep.
stuck, you know. You're trying to make your move. Good defense sticks you to the ground, and you just have to leave one of your feet to make it feel natural. Uh-oh.
The pass goes to Kiara Glenn on the bench. Not going to shoot it from there.
Kiara had just come out and taken a seat on the bench. So I could see how that could be a little confusing. I was just playing with her, and this possession, not playing with her.
And it's hard to miss her patented yellow shoes. They tend to stand out.
We need Will Boone, the On Kicks report from Champion Sports Network, to come in and Tell us more about those shoes.
Gentry down low, just bullies Carr out of the way, and she gets a nice layup. Duro kicks it out to Carr. She's going to try to answer with the 3-ball, and she cannot. A little too strong. Duro with the offensive board. She's going to take another 3 to Carr. That was no good. Baker tries to come away with the rebound and almost comes down with it, but brought in by Bacone. Try to go down low to Gentry. She gets doubled. Pasher, good defense and the foul. She's going to go to the line here for a 3-point play, potential 3-point play. You see the Lady Lions double Gentry as she gets that entry pass. And she's just too strong. Goes up with it, and she's able to finish through contact. And checking in for the first time this evening is SAGU Lady Lions number 4, Alyssa Holder. The sophomore from Maypearl, Texas. Misses the free throw, does Gentry. SAGU up ahead, Rich. She gets fouled, and it's going to be not quite a one-on-one situation yet for the Lady Lions. Or not quite in the double bonus yet for the Lady Lions. Not one. Jumping ahead of the guys' game. 1 minute, 20 seconds left to play here in the third quarter. Kicks it out to Metter. To Holder. Holder drives. Kicks it. Good pass to Baker. Corner 3 on the way. That's no good. Short. Bacone with the rebound. Under a minute to play here in the third quarter. They code down 53-32. They go down low to Gentry. And
such a soft touch around the basket. Gentry's so impressive.
SAGU now with 40 seconds left. Metter drives. The floater is good. Sydney Metter hits the floater. 55-34 lead here now for the Lady Lions. Entered the quarter up 25. They will exit the quarter, barring any buckets here from Bacone, up 21. Good pass down low. Slinky cannot hit. Gets her own rebound and cannot hit again. Baker with the rebound. Up ahead, shot clock is turned off. Baker drives, gets it to Holder. Holder up and cannot hit the layup. Had a good look at it, did Holder, and just kind of couldn't finish over the trees down low. 3-ball on the way. It's good at the buzzer. Jamani Hester hits the 3-ball and brings the Bacone Lady Warriors to within 18. John,
wow.
They win the quarter.
Yeah,
they
won the quarter. That was a turnaround. Very nicely done.
Drilled. She drilled it. Absolutely
sure
nailed. Wow, what a shot there to end the quarter. Let's go of it with just about a second left on the clock. It's kind of a one-handed heave. Bottoms, John.
Bottoms is right.
So Bacone, the Lady Warriors, who look to try to scratch and claw their way back here into this game, win that third quarter. Like I said, SAGU went in up 25, and they will exit that third quarter now up 18. So if you are Bacone and the Lady Warriors, you got to feel good about how that quarter went.
Yes, you do.
You held the Lady Lions to just 8 points in the third quarter. You yourself, you scored 15.
Not quite as much as they did in the first quarter. Oh, no, actually, they outscored by 1. They scored 14 in the first quarter, 8 in the second, 15 in the third quarter. So definitely an improvement. And defensively, massive improvement.
Absolutely.
Bacone shooting from the field right at 31%. They're 13 for 42. And 30% from the three-point line. They're 4 for 13. They need to make a few more free throws, shooting at 63% from the free throw line. They're hanging in there, and they're actually dominating the boards. Not really dominating, but
Holder's going to line up for 3. That one's no good. Lexi Rich fights for the rebound. Loose ball brought in by Rich.
We were, I think these stats are up to date, but Bacone is up by 1 in the rebound. I'm trying to look at count them up individually because that doesn't seem like it would be right. But right now, the way the stats read, Bacone winning the battle of the boards.
Baker just off a nice running floater. Brings it up after the rebound. She loses it to Hester. 20-point lead, back out to a 20-point lead for the Lady Lions after that Baker make. They go down low to Gentry, backs in and no good. Carr with the rebound gets it tipped to Metter. Metter up head, leaves it for Rich. Lexi's gonna fire a quick three, that's no good. Lexi Rich, who struggled from the floor tonight, just 2 points for the SAGU senior. We mentioned she needed 32 to break the all-time career scoring record here at SAGU. 3-ball on the way. She lined it up. Madison Slinky had some time to think about it, and she hits. 17-point deficit now for Bacone. Metter tries to answer back with a three of her own and cannot hit.
And that makes her 3 of 6 tonight, shooting 50% from the three-point line.
They go down low to Gentry. Gentry can't hit off the glass. Brought in by Metter with the rebound. Long pass up ahead. Carr leaves it for Rich. Rich is going to drive. Floater, no good. Gentry with the rebound. Lexi continues to struggle from the field. They go down low to Gentry. Gentry turnaround off the glass, no good. Rebound tipped out. Hester has it, and she gets almost stuffed by the rim, off the front of the rim. Tipped away by Metter. Up ahead, here's Carr, gets it to Baker. She's got an open court in front of her, layup up and in. Lauren Baker with her 17th point.
You can tell Gentry getting a little tired in the game. She's played almost all of this game and has had to bear the burden of getting the points. And she's done a really good job, but you can see the fourth quarter is arrived, and she's just a little bit out of gas.
Lexi Rich with the rebound after the miss on the turnaround jumper by Hester. Rich, she drives. Floater off the glass. That one's good. Lexi Rich with the bucket. You can see the pace slow down. Bacone they've not had a ton of substitutions, but to be fair, they don't have a very deep bench in terms of number of players. And it doesn't look like they traveled with a ton of players, did Coach Davis. And that's we've kind of seen the few shifts on offense by Bacone. And there we see a timeout by SAGU, full timeout, as they find themselves up 61-42.
Bacone now shooting. They had gotten it up to 31%. Now they're down to 28% for the game. But the three-point percentage has gone up for them, 35%.
And here we see these scores from around the Stern Athletic Conference. And the one we've all kept our eyes on tonight, we haven't talked about it. Wayland Baptist and Oklahoma City, a top 5 matchup.
Wow.
And Wayland Baptist, the Flying Queens, are up 38-36 currently.
Well, here's the deal. And that number 1 and number 5 is actual national rankings.
Yes.
So that's the number 1 team and the number 5 team in the same conference. It's a big, this would be a huge conference win for Wayland, because that would put them in a tie.
Yep.
And I forget how they decide the tiebreaker. But
there we see.
Wow.
In Wayland Baptist.
This is a big deal.
Again, Oklahoma City, not only are they the number 1 team in the nation, they have not lost a game all season. Conference or non-conference, they have yet to lose a game. So just have been dominant all season long, have the Lady Stars.
And we were seeing the coach coming out to the floor yelling at the referees. That's going to be interesting.
Maybe a little drama up in Wayland Baptist.
Yeah, it looks like, anytime you have big-time teams, everything's on the line here. It's going to be some tension. But I couldn't tell. It looked like that was the Wayland coach.
Long pass up ahead. Nice step back jumper, and she nails it. Olivia Nelson. A nice move there on offense. 6 minutes left to play in this one. SAGU up 63-45. Three ball on the way from Kiara Glenn is no good. Rebounded by Slinky. Up ahead, she gets it to the corner. Slinky has shown the ability to hit the three ball. That one no good, way off. Metter brings in the rebound. Baker finds the cutting. Metter off the glass. What a move there. Good pass by Baker, and Metter
Great move by Metter.
takes it in stride up and off the glass.
Yeah. Kind of tough to do off the pass, you know, especially down at the waist. Didn't get a chance to dribble. And that was just good concentration by Sydney Metter.
And there you see Metter on the defensive end breaking up the pass intended for Hester, or rather Nelson. She's been very active on the defensive end of the ball, or defensive side of the ball tonight. Has Sydney Metter.
Oh, yeah. Well, she always is. She's a great defender.
She's also had the task of, for the most part of the game, guarding
The
Gentry.
number one scorer.
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely. And she does that. You know, Coach Phillips knows that Metter is a huge defensive asset to this team. Not scared of anything. Jump ball. Again, great defense. Sydney Metter. On cue.
It's going to be Lady Lions ball, as Bacone did get the ball to start the second half, or start the fourth quarter, rather. Duro drives, gets to Glenn. Glenn pulls up. Kasher with the offensive board. She loses it. It will stay here off Bacone. Catcher go up strong with the board and just kind of gets ripped away. Over halfway gone here in the fourth quarter. Floater by Baker, and she hits 19 points for Lauren Baker. The freshman showing out.
Yeah, having a career night tonight, and she's got 3 more years after this to try to break that record, and that's going to be a nice little record to break.
They receive a foul against the Lady Lions. Kasher gets strung up for the foul. Finishing through contact
That's
was
4
Nelson.
for
Yep.
Miss Alexis Alabama Kasher.
So to the line to complete the potential three-point play is Olivia Nelson. And Lexi Rich will check back in for the aforementioned Kasher, who does have 4 fouls. So the Lady Lions going with a little bit of small ball here, with Lexi Rich and Sydney Metter, the 2 big men for the Lady Lions. Misses the free throw opportunity. Long pass ahead. Here's Glenn. Glenn drives. Euro. Cannot hit. Good move, but just could not finish. That's where hesitates to try to get around Glenn, but Glenn, good pestering defense. Slaps it away. Asquith. Good pass. I get it to the top of the key. 3 ball on the way is good. Finds the bottom of the net off the hands of Madison Slinky. Has shown that she is the most consistent 3-point shooter for this Bacone team. It looks like they're going to go to a kind of a full court style trap defense.
She's shooting well right now. I'd keep feeding, going to that well, definitely. See what Miss Linky can do.
Good pass there to Lexi Rich, who gets herself a layup. 6 points now for the SAGU senior. Cuts that point total needed for the all-time record to 26. Can't imagine her getting that tonight. Try to break it later on in the season.
Yep. It'll be a little out of reach for the next 3.5 minutes. The way this game is moving.
Timeout, 30-second timeout by Coach Phillips. 19-point lead here for the Lady Lions off the make from Cameron Gentry, who missed her shot, got her own rebound, and put it back up and in. There you see around the Student Athletic Conference, Wayland Baptist with a 9-point lead now in Oklahoma City. They're in that fourth quarter, coming up on 6 minutes left to play. Wayland Baptist with a little bit of a cushion. We're going to keep a close eye on that one. That would be a huge win for the Flying Queens over the undefeated #1 team in the nation, Oklahoma City. Also have Langston and USAO in action. Wayland Baptist in the whites, Oklahoma City in the road blues. Glenn drives, kicks it out to Baker. Baker goes baseline, gets it out to Metter. She's going to line up a mid-range jumper. That is good. Sydney Metter, 14 points.
That mid-range jumper, one of the toughest shots, especially from the corner, in basketball, and she made it look easy.
3 minutes left to play here in the fourth quarter. Slinky almost has it poked away by Glenn. Off her back. She goes for it. The ball is kicked. Not sure who they said it was kicked. It looks like they said a SAGU player kicked the ball. I'm not sure where I saw that. Oh, off the foot there of Glenn. Kind of pinned it down with her foot to try to get control of it. 3-ball on the way. That's no good. Lexi Rich chases down the rebound. Long pass up ahead. Baker brings it in. Metter drives, loses it off the leg of Metter, and that will be Bacone ball.
Did you say Lexi Rich looked like Tom Brady with that pass there?
I did not say that, and I would never say that.
Well, Tom texted me today and said that he would have the deal done with the Patriots very soon.
You know, Lexi Rich is also an avid Patriots fan.
That's why I thought it fitting.
There we go. Lexi Rich lines up a three. That one's no good. Rebound by Slinky.
Look up, push the rock.
Drives. A foul is called, and it will go against the Lady Lions.
I hope we can see this in replay, but watch the ref. He starts to make the charge call. Let's see if we get the ref in here. Oh, go right, a little more right, get right. Oh.
I saw him put the hand up, and then at the last second, he went.
And then he went down to the block. That was great.
He faked us out. Here, you're going to get a look at it here.
Yeah, hopefully we see it here. Watch. He'll go. There he goes. Nope. That was smooth, Mr. Ref.
He got us.
That was smooth. Nice.
This is the free throw to try to complete the three-point play. It goes out of bounds. It will stay with Bacone. Mr. Referee.
That was nice. I liked it.
Changed his mind at the last second.
Quickly. Man, that was
in one motion.
That's not easy to do, ladies and gentlemen. I think we should see that in slow motion replay.
Wow. That was great. Turnover here by Bacone. It will be SAGU ball. Lexi Rich to inbound, gets it to Giroux. 2 minutes left to play here in the fourth quarter. Baker.
Oh, good block.
Gets it blocked, gets it down low to Rich. Rich off the glass, up and in. 8 points now for Lexi Rich.
Closing down on that SAGU scoring record.
Good play by Baker to keep the feet in bounds.
Interesting.
Scoop layup, no good. Gentry gets it. Good. Backs into Lexi Rich, and that's just easy. She's going to get her points.
Yep.
Up ahead to Metter. No drives and she stalls. There's Rich. Long pass to Glenn. She lines up a corner three. Kiera Glenn takes the feed from Lexi Rich and puts that lead back out to 20 for the Lady Lions. Coming up on 1 minute left to play. Ooh, Gentry can't hit. Rebound brought in by Rich.
Slinky gets her hand caught in the cookie jar.
We see Holder check back into the game for the Lady Lions.
That
as well
is
as
Slinky's third foul.
Alicia McAllister comes back in for Bacone, as well as Danielle Smiley.
Almost a line change here.
Bacone had 6 players in the court there for a second. Had to get it figured out. Can't play with 6, John. Something you can't do. Here's Rich. She's going to step into a three. That's good. Lexi Rich, double digits now, 11.
She hit one. She's like, yay.
For the SAGU senior, you got to think it feels good to kind of chip away at that 32 that she needed. Brings it down to...
It's much faster if she does it by the threes.
Turnaround jumper there.
Nice.
Gentry. That's not something we've seen her do tonight.
No,
though.
it's not. She's played most of it off the glass.
Yeah. I think they maybe try to feed Lexi Rich here, get her a couple more baskets. DeRoe for three. That's no good. Rebound brought in by Smiley.
Kick it out, kick it out. Oh, that's it.
Go down low to Gentry. Gentry off the glass, up
Great
and
control.
in. Nice and easy.
Gentry leads all scores.
Oh, good pass to Holder. Oh, she cannot hit. Lexi Rich with a good pass to Holder. And Holder, oh, Lexi Rich with the steal. She's going to try to go in for a layup. She gets fouled, and she'll go to the line here for two. Good defense there by Lexi Rich, playing hard to the final whistle. See the foul by McAllister.
And these should be two automatic. Lexi Rich shooting just under 90% for the year.
John, I didn't want to say it. You did it. You jinxed her.
Well, so much for 90%.
Second free throw is good from Lexi Rich. It gives her 12. She just wanted an even 20
Yes.
to break that record. 6 seconds to shoot, and they will take a last-ditch effort three. Baker with it, just going to dribble it out, not going to take the final shot, and that will do it. The Lady Lions with a dominating 80-60 victory over the Bacone Warriors. And really, almost from about halfway through that first quarter, really dominated this game. Started off close with both teams struggling on offense, but the Lady Lions put their foot on the gas and did not let up through almost basically 3.5 quarters to end this game and walk away with a big 80-60 win, led by Lauren Baker's 19 points. Season high 19 points for Lauren Baker.
And Miss Gentry had 22. She had the game high individual score. She had a fantastic night and did everything she could do to make this as good of a game as possible.
And you see the final stats for the game and what really tells that story between why SAGU was able to win the big 80-60 victory. 3-point percentage actually in favor of Bacone. Shot the ball pretty well there to end the game, and SAGU kind of went cold from three-point land. And then the turnovers, that'll kill you. 21-9. Bacone really just turnover prone this evening, and really came back to bite them.
And that was, let's see, almost 30% of the scoring was done by the bench for the Lady Lions.
We are going to go live to our courtside reporter, Riker Russell, who's with the player of the game, Lauren Baker. Riker, down to you.
Thanks, Adam. Lauren Baker, tonight has been a career night for you with 19 points. How do you feel about your performance?
I feel great. My teammates got me the ball. That's all that matters. We got the dub. That's all that matters.
You're a freshman, but Saturday is senior day. How has it been playing for senior Lexi Rich?
It's been great. She taught me a lot. I'm glad that I got the opportunity to play with her. And yeah.
Thank you so much, Lauren. Congrats on the win. Back to you, Adam.
Thank you, Riker. Thank you, Lauren. That does it for part number one of our doubleheader. Next up, the guys are in action as the 13th ranked SAGU Lions play host to the Bacone Warriors. So don't go anywhere. Men's basketball in action next, right here on the SAGU Sports Network.